quadratic equation by completing the square. In completing the square, we have a trinomial quadratic that will not factor. We're going to rewrite it so that it will factor, take the square root of each side, and use this solving by square roots to finish up the problem. So the first thing I have to verify is that the p squared is by itself, and indeed it is. It's just as a 1 out in front, and that's what we want. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this negative 38 to the other side. It isn't the number we need to make this factor into a perfect square trinomial. So I'm just going to move it to the other side. And I'm going to leave a blank space for the new number that I would like to put right here. Okay? Now, according to the process, we're going to take the b value, we're going to divide it by 2, and square it. And every single time we do that, that's going to give us the perfect number on the left-hand side so that this will factor into a perfect square trinomial. Our b value in this example is 14. So in this particular example, I would be cutting 14 in half and then squaring that. So that would be 7 squared, so that would be 49. So the number that I need right here is a positive 49. Since this is an equation, I just can't go adding numbers to one side without adding them to the other. So I'm also going to add the 49 to the other side of my equation. Okay, so now let's look at what I have. Let's see, 38 plus 49 would give me 87. And now I have an equation that will factor into a perfect square trinomial. This will factor into p plus 7 times p plus 7. Okay? Now we really want to write that as p plus 7 quantity squared. And this should happen every time. If you've done this correctly, you should end up with a perfect square trinomial factors. Okay, now that I've written it as something squared, I can use what I know about solving by square roots to finish up this problem. So to undo the power of 2, I'm going to take the square root of each side. Okay? That's going to leave me with just p plus 7 equals, I need a plus or a minus again because I'm taking the square root, and 87, let's see, will 87 break down using my perfect squares? 4, 9, no, nope, I don't think so. That's going to stay in 87. And the last step to get p by itself, because remember that's the whole goal, is to subtract 7 from each side. And I'm left with a final answer of p equals negative 7 plus or minus root 87. I can't add these two, they're not like terms, so I leave it just like that.